thrilling shows like this. All right, let's see. Wow, we just shut up to 354. Is that 100 something? Good. Are we back? All right. We will find out in a second if we're back, because. Here we go. It's loading the video. Let's see. All right. Looks like we're back. But we're just waiting to get the game up here. Sorry, folks, for you watching at home. This is the Evolve live stream. For those of you that don't know what Evolve is, it's a platform for you to play your games with your friends and also share with your friends in a social setting across Steam, PSN, Xbox Live. Like you can put all of your accounts into this and then just check it all out in an amazing, incredible way. And right now we are checking out Heroes and Generals. And we are just we're just waiting to get the game itself loaded up here. And there we go. All right, sweet. All right, so I take it this is the loadout menu.
Yeah, that's the character screen, soldier screen where you
make your soldier beautiful.
You can also check out these stats and
Nice.
all your medals and stuff.
Kind of like battle log a little bit.
Yeah, it's what you would expect from a first-person shooter.
Nice. So I took it there, and then choose your classes and all that. Their levels as well.
Oh yeah. You see here, there's a lot of different characters you can choose from. So the thought is that you actually have a little collection of soldiers you work on.
Nice.
Bring the different soldiers to different types of weapons.
Okay. Now, does each soldier class have its own ranks, or do you just level up generally for your account?
Each soldier has his own rank. So you rank up the actual soldier. So you have the male rank as well. There's somewhere else in the system, but it's the actual soldiers. The rank system is split into two branches, because we actually want to encourage more tactical play to shooting. So killing people, and then you have the tactical for capping points and playing the team play. And people would notice that they actually gain ranks faster by playing the tactical part of it, rather than just the combat part.
Oh, nice. So you're really rewarded for working
together and for playing the tactical part of the action game. So yeah, we really want to try and emphasize this small group tactics play rather than just single guy shooting everything that moves.
Yeah, unlike Call of Duty where you're on a team, but it's just you running around killing whoever.
Yeah.
Not really working as a group. I mean, not to say that people don't do that in the game, but let's be real. Like, I've never jumped into a game like that and like even communicated with half the people, because it's usually just like 13-year-old kids running around cussing, blaring racial epithets, and you just mute them. You know.
Also, a cool thing is that you obviously being a free-to-play game, you have to earn credits in the game that you can spend on more ammunition and weapons and the new characters and stuff. And the higher rank you are, the more you actually earn, because you could look at it as the soldier's salary. The higher rank you go up, the more you actually earn. The
more tours of duty you've seen, the more money you'll get. Now, what about the microtransactions themselves? Like, how are those going to boost your character? Are they just like experience boosts? Are you going to be able to buy weaponry?
You're able to buy a lot of different weapons, and you're able to modify them. You see, go into the modification screen. You can sort of tweak your weapons. There's 5 different modifications you can add to your weapon. Some will give it more damage, but then it'll be get more recoil. So it's sort of like plays into this balance. There's a plus and a minus for everything, and you can combine different things to actually balance out the weapon. If you are the guy that actually wants to hit something from the distance, then you will probably balance your weapon to be more precise. But then maybe the rate of fire will be lower, or the recoil will be bigger because you don't expect to shoot that many bullets at a time.
Yeah. Now, when you guys were actually balancing the weapons themselves, like how much research did you put into
it? Actually make the balance of the weapons is a gun fanatic.
Oh yeah.
In the shooting club and stuff. So he knows actually a lot about these weapons. They even have a few of the original weapons in that gun club, like the German rifle, the Kar 98. So he actually knows how they should feel and how they should play. So that's actually one of the things we try to because the weapons in World War II was very different, and we actually trying to put the balance in different places in the game, so the weapon will handle what you think it will be, rather than trying to just make everyone equal to a balance size. We will add like destructive weapons in the game that is maybe just far better than the other weapons, and that type of weapon might not be available for the Americans or the Germans.
It goes back between like
wherever you're alive. We'll add the penalty somewhere else, like in the we have a system called the rarity. If you have the Sturmgewehr, which is like a German assault rifle, which is really hardcore, really good, like an assault rifle type weapon. The Americans didn't really have anything that would counter that. So in order to balance that in the game, if you choose to spawn with this game, you're just going to wait a lot longer time in the spawn menu because it's a rare weapon you're using, but it will work really well when you actually enter the battlefield. So we're trying to sort of like move the balance into somewhere else and have the weapons as realistic as we expect.
Alright, so it sounds like we're going to have to speak up a little bit just for these guys.
Okay. Sorry.
So, let's see, I guess, what are you doing to make sure that the microtransactions don't tip the favor or don't tip things in favor of folks that put in all the money versus people that are playing the free play and leveling up on their own?
We are actually we make sure that we disconnected the actual currencies in the game. So in order to make sure that you can play all the modifications, for example, for your weapons, a good player is able to actually earn enough credits in the game to buy that stuff for in-game currency. He doesn't need to pay with real money. Obviously, he can if you just want to rank up everything, then he can pay with real money. But it's important for us to sort of like balance this. It's not going to have introduce like just a atomic bomb that will disrupt everything in the game, but it will be so that some of the modifications actually give you an advantage in the game if you know how to play with that weapon. So the advanced players will have a benefit of this as well. We tend to look a little bit at this free-to-play as being there's a lot of players who really want to play these kind of games but doesn't really have the time to actually work up the skill level that some other players have. And you could look at this as being a way you can buy yourself a little bit of a handicap to actually match the good players. Like, this is still a first-person game. The good players will just.
So if you're at GDC all week and you don't have any time to play because you're doing all these meetings, you can catch up with your friends that don't play video games for a living.
Oh yeah. That's actually well. I've been playing video games for like 30 years now or something, and you get to a point where you really want to play all these games, but you don't really have the time with your family and all that shit.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good way to actually get older players into the games as well. Nice. And that's also why this game has it's a little bit slower than your Call of Duty. Yeah. You have a little more ranges and a little bit more.
It's a little more like an actual military battle. Right?
Yeah, you join the game and you're not just instantly shot. You join the game and you can sort of like move around a little bit and see, the battle is over here and I'm going
over here.
I'm not going to just stand.
Like
I'm going to go this way
with your bayonet.
Yeah. So
nice.
It should be a little bit more easygoing.
Cool. Well, are we ready to throw down? Like, let's check out a battle. I want to see this in action. And while we do that, I'm going to remind my tech team that we don't have a title at the moment up on the main page. So you can actually you don't need to log into this one to change the title. You can log into the video. Yeah, yeah.
What do you want to say?
It should just be like, Evolve, Live Heroes and Evolve GDC 2013 Heroes and Generals. All right, let's do it. All right, we're gonna throw down and see the actual combat. Don't worry about that. We're still getting this. Hey, Bill, can you just on sleep? There we go. All right.
Now here we see the map of the game. That's the whole game map. It has different routes going into the objective. The objective of this map is to capture the center of the city. There's a huge building in there, and there's a church that we need to capture.
All right, so you're after the church. Now, how many different maps do you guys have right now?
I think we have 6 or 7 different
Six or seven maps.
A few different game modes that tie into those.
Yeah.
And you'll see that the game is about, this assault mission is about capturing points all the way into the center of the city. The actual points, the capture points at the edge of the map, they are connected to the strategy game. That's where you will get resources and reinforcement from. If you're running out of tanks, for example, you can call your commander and say, "Hey, we need tanks here," and he can send tanks directly into the ongoing action game to support you. You can even send different types of units. And you say, "Oh, there's a shitload of tank destroyers, and give us some anti-tank crew. We need some bazookas to get these guys down." And you can change that by sending a new type of resource into the game to support you. So we have games that actually can change a lot during a play session. The balance can tip a lot. We do actually see that a lot. That it's you start up in one way in the mission, and then something happens that actually changes it. Also, the fact that it's an asymmetrical map, so you can access from all sorts of all around the map, which means that if you're attacking from the north, the game will be played from one angle in the action game. If you attack from the south, you will be spawning in another area.
So your actual physical map will look different.
Yeah, and that gives a very great variety of the game. We don't. We've been trying not to just throw in a lot of different maps, because we rather focus on because the game has so many aspects of these different combinations that we've been working with a fewer maps and trying to figure out to
build them out.
Yeah.
Nice. So what are some of the locations we'll be able to play in?
You see, this is what we call a small French village. Most of it is northern Europe, countryside. We also have a little bit of a mountain level with pine trees and rocks and stuff.
Nice.
That's the two different.
Now,
a few more. But
are these all based off of historical battles, or
no.
just
they are in the sense of the feeling and the architecture and what you find in maps are historical in that sense, but there's all what you call it, an arbitrary French village.
Okay, so you kind of gave yourself license to just create what you wanted to create as far as maps and combat.
We're not trying to make it a history game. We're using the history as a setting for an action game, if you could say it that way.
Yeah.
So we're not gonna let ourselves be restricted of history. That's also why we chose to set the game late in the war, so we can have all the cool
all the cool stuff.
Yeah, we might, as some of our community guys are actually screaming that we should have tech trees and development. So you start out with the small tanks and then they progress over time. So
that would be so cheap, because then you would have the old tanks versus the new tanks. So you would just never win. You would just get your butt kicked by.
That's why we are sort of thinking of ways to introduce some sort of that, but we haven't come up with a good solution for it yet. So that's going to be staying on the drawing board for more.
Now the generals that are strategizing and sending you all of your units and your vehicles, are they actually a player in the first person game?
They could be. They could be.
Okay.
There's no. They can actually. You can just tab out and go directly to the campaign map, and so you can play both roles if you want to. A lot of the players actually do.
So is there more than one general per team? Are there or is there just one person always calling the shots to keep it unified?
There's a lot right now. There's a lot of generals actually, and that they're sort of trying to organize themselves in little groups. You'll see that later when we go out to the campaign map, I'll explain a bit about the campaign. But the generals they have control of these assault teams. Assault teams are actually the different combinations of resources. An armor assault team, that would be tank men and tanks only. So if you move that one into a battle, you will get more tanks and panzer soldiers in the battle. And an infantry, obviously, that would be regular soldiers. So they're divided into a small category. That's why we actually like to keep them small, because then you can combine whatever different type of vehicle or soldier you would like to.
Nice. You can so like there's limitless combinations as far as like pairings of your equipment and other things like tanks and planes.
Yes, there is.
Nice.
So it's all of for us just to add more different parts of different soldier types and vehicles into the game.
Yeah, and folks, if you're watching at home and you have any questions that are actually good questions, not troll questions, feel free to ask them, and I will relay them to our lovely guest here. In the meantime, so the other thing that I thought was cool about this is you can do the general strategy stuff on your mobile device, right?
Yes, that's true.
See, that is great. That's great integration.
It's because the mobile or the general part of the game is actually.
We got a bike now. I'm sorry. I've just been waiting for this. I was like hoping I would see the bike. So he's off to market to get like some baguettes and some like pastries right now, right?
And a few bullets for his
A few bullets. Nice. Now you can't shoot while you're biking, right?
No.
No. But if you had a buddy on the back of his bike, would you shoot?
Yeah.
Would that make you go faster? Like if somebody's on the back of your bike shooting behind
goes,
you, it should give you a speed boost. You guys got to put that in the game. Look at that. You bike up hills, get some exercise. That's awesome. All right, so back on track. Let's talk more about the mobile device.
The mobile device. Yeah, we're out on Android and iOS, and the whole premise of the strategy game is basically resource management and starting up wars and stuff. And that means that because the game is constantly running on the server, you're not sitting down and playing a strategy game for 1 hour and then logging off. Nice. You are actually constantly monitoring your troops and moving us around and listening to the players demanding
That's awesome.
Bring more tanks. So we thought that it was sort of like needed to have access to the game world via whatever you would like, a mobile phone or a tablet instead.
That's so awesome. So like I could be playing the first person game and have like my iPad or my iPhone next to me, and I could be commanding all my troops using that. That sounds like future tech. That sounds like cool. I would just put like neon green lights in the whole room and like put on my general hat, have my buddies like yelling in my ear, and have like the whole theater of war with all the things. Although that's just what I would do if I had the money and the time.
We actually had a fun feature that we sort of haven't put it. We removed it again, but it was just to demonstrate what we could do with the mobile device in the beginning, where you could sit with your map of the game.
5 minutes. All right.
And then you could choose an area to bomb, and then you would throw bombs in the game while somebody else was playing, which was, I think, pretty cool. You can interact with the actual first-person game from a different device.
Excellent. Let's see. Do we have any actual questions? I thought I saw one for a second. Oh! Somebody just wants to know if there's a robot Hitler boss like Wolfenstein.
We actually have a robot Hitler, but it's not in the action game. It's because we don't have the high command of the command hierarchy. That's computer control. That's our server, and we actually call it Robot Hitler.
Oh yeah. So there's an evil robot commander in this game running all the evil stuff. That is awesome.
That's our game server.
That is so awesome.
Right now you see the strategy map, and you see all the white dots. That's combat teams getting moved around by other players.
Okay.
Right now it's pretty dark because it's night. We have a night-day cycle in the game, so if you initiate a battle during night, obviously it will be dark in the action game.
Yeah.
We intend to have the weather and the night day cycle to play a bigger role than it does right now. But
so like will cold affect your soldiers' movement and things like that?
Yeah.
Okay, or like rain.
The game is very different from night and day anyway. So like the night stuff, or if it's foggy or whatever, it brings the action very much closer. So it is a different type of tactic you would use for a foggy or a dark level.
Nice. I totally like the idea that like if my friends aren't near a computer though, and like I need their help strategizing, I could just hit them up and they could be like on the bus, calling in planes to like bomb Nazis. That's freaking rad. Or I don't know if are you fighting Nazis in this game?
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool. I didn't know if that was safe to say.
You can also choose to fight the Americans.
What's up? We got more questions. All right, let's see. Is this guy Danish? Are you Danish?
Oh yes, I am.
He is quite Danish. You got it right. Let's see. I don't know if this sound's working. I've played this game enough. Let's see. What are some of these questions that I'm not seeing here?
Yeah, so what other vehicles they do?
Oh yeah, what are some of the like vehicles that you're going to be able to use?
Oh, we have lots of different vehicles. We have all the way down to your jeeps, but we also have the motorcycles and half tracks and different types of tanks, like small, medium, large tanks and the tank destroyers, and we have the fighting airplanes. We also introduced some armored cars with like cannons on them. And those are sort of like restricted to the elite sniper teams. They get some crazy, more like a little armored jeep with a big cannon on it.
Awesome, that sounds killer. So you guys are in open beta right now, so people can just go to heroesandgenerals.com.
And they're free to go into the forums and criticize the game and everything. So we will constantly be involved in the game. So that's part of our whole philosophy, is actually just to show off the game and then have people comment on it and work on it continuously.
Nice. Have you guys? It's an open beta right now, so I can't think of a better stress test than that.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Sign up for the game. Check it out. It's not going to cost you anything. And where can people download the app on the App Store?
Yeah.
Is it out for Android as well?
Yes. Right now, the current version that is on the App Store does not have the actual interaction with the assault teams. You can only view the wall and chat with people and stuff, but in the next version we'll have the possibility of actually moving the troops around.
Awesome. Killer. Alright, well, we got a lot more stuff coming up for you. Jakob, thank you so much for talking with us today.
Thank you for having me.
This looks awesome. I can't wait to ride my bike around while I'm yelling at people and dropping bombs and sending in tanks everywhere. And hopefully one day I will take out the robot Hitler that is currently running your evil Nazi servers. All right.
You're welcome.
Please stick around, guys. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, what do we have up next? Oh, we got more exciting stuff for you coming up next. So stick around. We got game demos, interviews all day long. You are just going to have a great time. We will be right back.